Hi, welcome to the Justin Zone. Today's movie is called Leon the Professional, or The Professional, or just Leon. Now, I'm imitating the scene that he does in the first part of the film, where he drinks a glass of milk. Now, obviously, my glasses aren't right, and I don't think he carried around a snowman glass. So, bottom line, let's just get to the movie. Welcome to the Justin Zone. The Justin Zone, where we watch movies. Now here, as you can see, this is our movie that we're going to start out with today. It's called, again, as I said, it's called Leon the Professional, or just Leon. Here we are again, back at the Justin Zone. Now, today's movie is, again, I called Leon the Professional. You know, it has so many titles, we can go on for days. Now, you know, what's interesting about this film is it's a French film. It is, it's a French, well, not really a French film, but the director itself is French. Now, what I enjoy most about this film is the fact that the cast is a really good cast. You got, you know, Jean Reno, can't know how to say his name right, Gary Oldman, and Natalie Portman. And you know, the ironic thing is, this is actually, to my knowledge, this is Natalie Portman's first role. Gary Oldman, obviously, it's not. So, but this is actually, the director who did this also originally did the show, or did the movie called La Femme Nikita, where actually Jean Reno is also in that. He has had some roles. Did you know he was actually also in a video game series called Onimusha? He was actually in the third game of the series, where they actually modeled his character off of him, and it was really cool how, you know, all this happened. You know, so this is, you know, it's kind of interesting how one actor can go and do so much, not just movies, but video games. So now I'm going to actually show you some of the film. Now we're back here, and I'm going to show you actually some of the film. Now this is actually the opening sequence. This is actually pretty intense. You're seeing this guy right here. He's, I mean, you can say, yeah, he's a bad guy, you know, not too much. But actually this actor here was telling he wished he could have been a little more involved in this movie. He was just in the opening scene. So, now this right here, this, from what I was understood, that woman right there, you know, she's gone, but the woman right there was apparently the wife or girlfriend of the director. You know, okay, this is actually pretty cool. We just see a shadow, and that was it. Like, you wonder, what the heck is going on here?
Talk to her downstairs. There's a guy wants to talk to you. What's he listening? Serious.
Uh-oh, he's serious.
That ain't not coming up. He's coming up.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's coming up.
Now, let's just, we're not watching just any version of the Professional. We're actually watching the extended version, which is only really, to my knowledge, available on the Blu-ray. I'm sure it might be available on the regular DVD, but the extended one has a lot of good features. You know, because it gives out so much more story. Now, obviously, I want you to see this part of it, because this is a real good intention of the character, of who, you know. But let's try. I'm going to just go and fast forward a little. Now, see, there's the guy right there. Now, they're going around, you know, looking for this guy, and then this is like, okay, it's and boom! So you have all this. I'm just gonna kind of fast forward, since I really want to show you. There's a really funny, interesting scene towards the end. Now, obviously, there's that woman again. It's telling her to leave, get out of here, kind of thing. This guy just goes around killing everybody, and you're like, oh my God, this is just great. And then there you go. They're all dead, and that's pretty cool right there. Okay, let's keep going. He grabs all the guns. He's getting... Let's see. Come on, go on. I'm sorry it taking so long. Sometimes he's... Okay, here we go. And he's calling 911. A criminal is calling 911. I always think that's interesting. You've got a criminal, a guy who has drugs in his place. He's calling the police. You know? I'm like, what kind of idiot would call the police? Well, obviously this guy, you know? So, here it comes, and... Zip. I love this guy. I actually wish he could have done this scene better. That actor right there, he was so disappointed in his performance. It's just funny. It's like the whole time you're like, oh my god, is he gonna kill this guy? Is he? Oh, like this. There's a girl after.
I'll talk to you later, sweetie. Okay?
You're just like, bye. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. You know, well, the guy's threatening me with a knife. No big deal. Now here we see is Natalie Portman's character, Matilda. You know, just a lonely little girl sitting on the edge of this, you know, and here she's smoking. I'm like, how many kids are you seeing smoking? Are you intensely kidding me? You know, bottom line, right here, this is their first, like, kind of encounter, I would say. I mean, I'm sure she's seen him before, but she's just sitting there, you know, like, you know, just waiting for him to, and then she says hi, you know. This is interesting because, you know...
This building's full of rats. Need my old man to find out. Got enough problems.
I think that's so cute. You know, you can tell she's abused in this family, which is really wrong. But, you know, this is just like their first scene together, and it's already tells this is going to be... The music here is, like, so sad. It has that, like, innocent child quality kind of thing. So, now here's when we meet Gary Oldman's character. He's basically a dirty cop. He sells drugs and, you know, does all this weird stuff with them. But it's just interesting. He's sitting there listening to music. The guy's telling him he didn't cut, like, the drugs or whatever they had. So, here we go. Here is Gary Oldman. This is obviously a young Gary Oldman. I like this. Right here is Gary Oldman at maybe his starting or whatnot. I don't know if this is before Dracula or after, but right here, he's sniffing him. He's basically trying to detect if he's lying about whether he actually is hiding the drugs. Now, I could go on and on forever about how great this movie is. And it's right here. It's Leon, Matilda, and Gary Oldman's character that make it great. You know, it's these three characters that just make this movie intense. You know, and he's so worried, like, oh God, is this guy going to catch me? You know, because we know this guy's full of shit. You know, let's see. He said he's going to come back tomorrow at noon. Now, we're going to... Today is tomorrow, and this is the household. Let's see if we can... And here we go. Gary Oldman is going around just shooting everybody. You know, this is really intense. And Leon's, like, outside his door, not sure what to do. Now, Matilda actually went to the store. Yep, and there goes the guy's wife. He just blew that woman away in the tub, just like nothing mattered. You know, and there he goes killing the dog. He's killing everybody in this house. He doesn't care who. Now this music, I like this music, how intense it is, because you don't know what is going to happen. You know, this right here, it's just, I mean, you feel like these guys are scared of him. His own men are actually scared of him. You know? And here he comes, entering the room. Wow, it's just like Gary Oldman is so scary in this.
We said no. I've got 1 minute past. You don't like Beethoven.
So after all that, he's telling him he doesn't like Beethoven. You know, Beethoven.
So powerful.
You know, I just think it's...
To be honest, he does tend to get a little fucking boring.
I was like that.
That's why I stopped.
He said he stopped because of Beethoven.
Touch the apartment.
Hi. Now we did kind of skip a little ahead. I wanted to show you this part. Now check that out. That is a camera that was shot out here. If you did not see that, sorry, it kind of goes by really quick. But they're periodically shooting off this grenade, and look at that. Right there, you can tell there's a string. I'm not trying to give away, but this is actually really the coolest. Look at that, right there. It basically was shot. The way it was shot is like it almost followed from where it shot off to... Now, I'm not going to tell you what point of the movie this is, but this is really cool. It's like, well, okay, let's just say it's towards the end. This is really cool how they did this. Now, right there, it's just such a... Like, I love when they do these extreme cameras. This is before special effects. This is before all that stuff. This right here is true Hollywood. Right here is the best stuff that you will ever get. You know, and this is old school filming. I love old school filming. This is kind of what I do. I don't use special effects. I don't go boom and then show you later on an explosion coming out of my hands. You know, that's not how I am. I'm all about amateurness and, just being who I am. I love doing this and I love doing it for you. So, bottom line, Leon the Professional is actually a really great movie. If you have not seen it, you have to. The relationship between Leon and the little girl is really expressed during this movie. And it's the fact that she wants to kill the guy who killed her family. That makes sense, It's great. It's a revenge movie. But it's not, What can you say? The cast is great, and just the intensity of this film. But if you do watch it and you know that you have an extended version of this movie to watch it. It gives out so much more story between the relationship between Leon and Matilda. It's hard to explain. So, thank you for joining us at the Justin Zone. And just to let you know, if I were to give this movie any of my 3 ratings, I give it a 3. 3, heck, not just a 3. I'm going to give it a 5. Let's give this movie a 5. This is 5. This movie was great. So watch it. This has been the Justin Zone. Thank you and good night.